Hi everyone, I want to talk to you a bit about thread for your leather wrap bracelets. This is the thread that I use exclusively, and the reason I use it is how thin it is and how strong it is. So this is actually, as you can see, upholstery thread, and some labels, let me see if I can, some labels call it heavy duty thread. Let's see if I have one in here. Nope. Yeah, so all of them say upholstery thread on it. And these are about $4 Canadian, and they last a long time. Now, because it's upholstery thread, you're limited in your color selection. I've found with doing my bracelets, I normally use brown leather or black leather, so those are really easy to match with your thread. Some of the blues are a little harder to match, and when I say match, I like the thread to disappear so that all you see are the beads. So here's an example of a blue. Now this is a metallic blue, and I've used this color thread, and you can see how it pretty much disappears on this bracelet. Let me see. Now some of the turquoise leathers, you do see it. So, you know, it's not too bad. I would prefer for myself that you don't really pay much attention to the thread. Now, some people have used a lighter color thread, like this. What is this called? Okay, there's no number or no name on this one. I think this one is cream or ivory. And then there's this color here. It's like a tan or a sand color. So that might work well as well, but you know, test it out. I'll show you some of the brown ones and you get an idea on how you definitely don't see the thread. And even if you change the color of the beads, you don't see it as much. Now, if you want to create a neat effect with a different color, then by all means, you know, alternate your colors of thread. Here's seed beads. Let's see. So yeah. And I'll show you. Oh, I thought I had black there. Oh, here it is. Here's the black thread. And definitely, I mean, you cannot see the black. There. Here's another one with gray beads and metallic colored beads, and you don't see it. So that's the bracelets. Back to the thread. So definitely this thread is meant for upholstery. So it's meant to withstand a lot of rubbing and wear. So the threads do not, you don't get any lint at all. Like if you rub it with your nail, it just stays intact. So it's really good. And it has a bit of like a firm feel to it. Like you can see, it'll kind of keep its shape, unlike some other threads that are a lot softer. here is a bracelet that I made 10 years ago with this thread, and it has not broken at all. It's barely worn, the thread, that is. So it's really held up well. Yeah, I've gotten my bracelets hooked on things, and if you try and break it, it will not break. It's amazing. You'll cut your hand before you break this. So awesome thread. It's made in North Carolina, or South Carolina, sorry. And yeah, I swear by this thread. And just a quick tip on when you're making your leather wrap bracelets, because we like to use a long strand of thread so that you can do a continuous length of your bracelet. You end up using a lot and going through the beads and twisting, and your thread will get all twisted and knotted up. And the best trick for that is to condition your thread. And you can buy these, I think I bought this on Amazon for $3 Canadian. So it's a holds your wax. So this is apparently beeswax. It doesn't smell like anything, so I mean, it doesn't smell like honey, so I'm not sure if it is actually beeswax. And it's quite hard, like paraffin wax. It still worked. So it comes in a little plastic container, and you can pop these out. So it's pretty cheap. And basically what you do is you take your thread and you pop it in one of the, hold it against the thing and pop it in one of the slots and pull it through. Now, this has been used so much it's barely going through. I have to find a spot that's not all chipped. There. Goes through, and that straightens out your thread. And sometimes when you do this, you get a bit of like waxy film on your thread. That is not a big deal. As you're beading, going through the beads and around the leather, it'll come off and just flake off, and it'll wear off after time. So not a big deal. So yeah, this is a really cheap, great way to condition your thread. Now, because I do this a lot, I don't want to keep spending money on this little disc. I went ahead and bought this. Let me see if I can get it into the frame here. There we go. So I got this on YouTube, and on Amazon, and I should have checked the price. Let me see if I can find the price real quick. I'll go to my buy again. And I wonder if it's not available. That's why it's not showing on my buy again. Okay, it's showing the little beeswax holder for $8.45. There's no way I'd pay that. You can get it at Atlantic Fabric here in Atlantic Canada for a couple of dollars. They sell them there. And anyway, I'll get the price and post it for you. So this is 6 10-ounce beeswax bars from Natural Apiary, and this is what it looks like. And I just take that and do a longer strand. Take my thread, hold it with my finger, and pull it through. And you can see how it's twisting at the bottom. So it's untangling any twist. And this one feels really sticky, so I'm guessing it is beeswax. It doesn't smell like anything. And there you go. So I would imagine this, with this, I've had this probably a month maybe. So, and I average 2 to 3 bracelets a day, so that's pretty good. This would last, this whole thing would last a long time. And there you go. There's our tip for conditioning your thread. If you have any questions, just post a comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I just want to say a shout out to Brittany from Turquoise Street, and I'll put a link to her site. She's been doing wonderful videos on unboxing and bracelets and jewelry during the isolation, and really cheering people up. So I appreciate it. She's been very encouraging to me with all my endeavors. So thank you, Brittany. Bye.